So today we are talking fake tan, and I know that this is one of those beauty things that has got a little bit of a bad name, and we all remember the kind of tangoed look and having bright orange palms and a kind of not so natural flattering shade. But fake tans have come such a long way since then, and I do honestly think that kind of one of the biggest breakthroughs in the beauty world has been the improvement of the self tanner. I'm a huge fan of self tan. I use it probably twice a week, and I love being tanned. It's something that makes me feel much more confident, and I feel like suits me more, and especially because my complexion is naturally slightly darker, I can, when I get pale, just look kind of very sallow, and it's not a very flattering shade. So for me, being tanned is absolutely key, and I feel so much more confident. But by no means do you have to be tanned. Just a disclaimer out there, you know, pale is beautiful as well. But I'm going to give you the lowdown on how to get a perfect tan and the routine that I follow, and how you can keep that up all summer, because let's face it, summer is the time to be tanned. So we're going to start with prep, and I'm going to kind of segment this video into prep, application and aftercare. So the prep stuff is very important, because basically what you want to do is you want to make your body a bare canvas for the tan to stick to. So that means kind of getting rid of any dead skin cells, do any hair removal you want to do before you tan, so shave your legs and all that kind of thing, and really make sure you get your skin in perfect condition. So the two things that I like to do are to use a body brush. This just helps smooth everything down and kind of makes everything look nice, and also helps to exfoliate a little bit. So use a nice body brush all over, really concentrate it on the dry areas, knees, elbows, that kind of thing. And then this is a kind of exfoliating mitt. You can buy these from lots of places. This is from Tanland, but you just pop your hand inside here and you can kind of exfoliate your skin when it's dry, and this is great to get rid of any old bits and bobs of fake tan that you might have, and I will kind of discuss my routine at the end as well. But really give yourself a good scrub down, and then get in the shower and use whatever body scrub you like. This is the day before you're tanning, so it doesn't matter as much. You can get in there and just really scrub and get rid of all the dead skin cells, and then when you get out of the shower, use a really moisturizing body product, something that's going to make your skin feel really soft and hydrated. This is a great example. This is the Botanics Body Care Nourishing Body Butter. I really like this. Very moisturising. It's kind of a very solid texture, and I like to just put this on, especially on dry areas, like I said, feet and that kind of thing. Go to sleep with it and make sure your skin is super hydrated and moisturised. Then on to application on the day of the tan, your do's and don'ts. So you want to get in the shower and make sure you scrub your skin. Again, use some exfoliating gloves and some shower gel. Make sure you've got all the moisture off your skin and your skin's kind of really bare. And then use a great body scrub, and the key for this pre-tanning is to use a body scrub that does not contain oil. If you use a body scrub that's got oil, so something like any of the Soap and Glory ones or any of the Sanctuary ones, Sanctuary are a really great example of body scrubs that contain oil. If you use anything like that, it'll prevent the tan from sticking to the skin, and it'll make it go patchy. So something like this is the Crazy Angel body scrub. It's not super abrasive, but it's just enough to get rid of any oil and get rid of any kind of flaky bits of skin. And there are lots of tans like this on the market, but scrubs like this on the market, but use something that is formulated to use pre-self tanner. That is absolute key. Then you get out the shower, make sure you're 100% dry yourself down with a towel, and go ahead and moisturise the dry areas. So the dry areas, kind of most people who have tanned will know, are the elbows, your knees, your kind of ankles, your feet, and I always like to do your hands as well, because hands are a notoriously hard place to tan, as are feet. So that's a really important thing. And you want to use an oil-free moisturiser. This is one of my favourites. It's the Clarins Tan Enhancing Moisturiser, but a little tip is you can just use any oil-free moisturiser you've got lying around the house, providing it's oil-free, because otherwise it can kind of interrupt the development of the tan. So go ahead and do that. And a few little other tips I like to do is I like to apply a little bit of tan on the inner part of my elbows, because I find tan can go patchy there, and this type of area here. They're the places tan goes the most patchy on me, and kind of backs of the knees. And I like to apply it all over my feet, so kind of on toes and everything, and hands, because that's how I feel you get the kind of most natural application of the tan. Let that dry for a couple of minutes, and then what I like to do in terms of application, One thing that I think really helps is to have a fan in your bedroom. Now, my bedroom gets really hot, so we always have a fan in there anyway. But if you have got a fan, standing in front of it a little bit while your tan's drying really does help. So I have chosen a couple of products that I think are absolute foolproof. I'm not going to kind of talk about all the ones that I use in this video. If you want me to do a separate video on kind of my favourite fake tans and do mini reviews on them maybe, let me know and I will do that. But these are kind of the foolproof ones. So the first one is the tan I've got on now, and this is the Cocoa Brown 1 Hour Tanning Mousse. I won't talk about this too much because I have done a full review video and I'll link that down below. But it's a tanning mousse, and mousses are definitely the easiest formula when it comes to self-tanning. And the key for this is using a mitt. So this is what a self-tan mitt looks like. Do not attempt to use your hands. I repeat, do not attempt to use your hands. It will be streaky, you will end up with it all over your hands, and it is just not a good idea. The mitt is kind of one of the main reasons I think tanning has become so much more natural looking these days, because you don't have to use your fingers, and it's absolutely key. You can buy them really inexpensive ones, some tans even come with them nowadays, but really do make sure you buy a mitt. I know some people like to use the kind of latex gloves. I don't like that because I think the kind of in between areas of your fingers can create streaks as well, so using a mitt is the most important thing. So go ahead and apply your chosen mousse onto the mitt, and you can kind of judge as you go how much you'd need, but always start with a little bit and you can kind of build up. They don't dry and kind of set instantly, so you have got a little bit of time to work with them, but pop some onto your mitt and start applying it. I always like to start from the bottom up, so I do my legs, and then when I get to my knees I kind of make sure I haven't got too much on the mitt and kind of just dust over it, because you don't want your knees to be super dark. And then whatever you've got left, do on your hands, go up to your thighs, your stomach. I like to kind of do a double coat on my chest area because I feel like it wears away quite easily there, and I like having quite a bit of colour on this area of my body. I feel like it just kind of livens up my face a little bit. And then if you are struggling kind of with certain areas like here, you always have to make sure you've got it really well covered, and when it gets to hands, just kind of dust what you've got left on the mitt. Don't do a whole pump for your hands because your hands will look crazy. But two other ones that I think are very foolproof are the Clarins Solution 60 Rapid Mousse. This is fantastic because this develops within an hour, so you don't even have to sleep with it, which I'll touch on in a minute. And this is the Vita Liberate Phenomenal 2 to 3 week tan. I prefer the Clarins one just because it's a little bit darker, but this is a great one if you like a slightly more subtle colour, and they kind of talk you through how to do it if you want it to last 2 to 3 weeks, but I don't tend to do that because I just find the colour isn't as intense for me like that. So once you've applied that all over, you want to just kind of let it dry for a little bit. I always do tanning at night. I wouldn't recommend doing it in the morning and then getting dressed and going out because it smells and you'll kind of feel a bit gross, and a lot of these products have a guide colour, which means that you'll kind of end up looking a little bit weird and that kind of thing, and it's just not great. So do it before bed. Wear something that you're not bothered about kind of getting stained. I've got an old nightie that I wear that's kind of my tanning nightie, and make sure that you are completely dry before you get dressed, because otherwise your tan can kind of move around a little bit. In terms of face, what I do when I kind of fake tan my body is I'll use the Sunless Very Dark Self Tanning Solution on my face on a cotton pad. So just squirt some out on a cotton pad and move this all around my face, and this works really nicely and gives a nice natural look. This is what I'm wearing on my face today. I've just got a little bit of BB cream on over the top, but really nice product, and you can use most of the ones on your body when you're tanning. I have used the Clarins one on my face as well, and that worked perfectly well, but I only do that on the day that I've fake tanned, and I'm going to kind of touch when it comes to prolonging my tan. I'll touch on what I use afterwards. But in terms of my routine, what I do, I like to fake tan twice a week. So my days are a Monday and a Thursday. They're my kind of full body fake tan days, because I find once a week just isn't enough and it goes a little bit patchy, and I do like to be kind of nicely tanned all the time. So they're my 2 days. It's nice to kind of set aside 2 days where you know it's your little kind of treatment time and that kind of thing. I really enjoy it, so I make sure I do it on those days. You can pick whatever day is good for you, and if you want to only do it once a week, that works as well. You just won't be kind of as dark towards the end, but some people's skin reacts differently and can hold a tan a little bit better. Mine kind of moves very quickly. So after you've done your tan, we are now on to the aftercare of your tan. Make sure you moisturise really well and don't use anything too oily because that can sort of break down the tan. So something like the Superdrug Vitamin E all over body cream is great because it's just a cream that's not got much in it that can break your tan down, as is the Soap and Glory Butter Yourself. These are both great ones kind of post fake tan to just keep your skin moisturised, and really do keep it moisturised because that's what keeps it looking nice. Then after I've had it on for about 2 days, I will start to use a kind of exfoliating glove in the shower just to help it kind of move along and be ready to reapply, and that way you don't get any horrible patchiness. So you don't, I know a lot of people sort of say don't scrub, it'll scrub it off, but you do need to kind of scrub to prolong it a little bit and to just keep things looking even. The other thing that's very important is when you're drying yourself, don't do it really vigorously with a towel because that really does make your tan come off. I sort of pat myself dry and I find that that works much better. So that's in terms of my body. Then in terms of my face, I've got a couple of products here that I wanted to talk to you about. I like to kind of apply a slight tan on my face every day because, like I said, my face gets very, very pale and it's just not a very flattering look on me. And also the skin on your face, you know, you wear makeup, you use products that have got more exfoliating ingredients in them, you wash it kind of more, and it just wears off a lot easily on your face. So I like to use 2 of these, and my all-time favourite one is the Almay Sunless Tanning Gel for face. You can buy this on eBay. It's very, very hard to get hold of. It's a very inexpensive product, but I always buy it on Amazon or eBay, and these are amazing. It's tinted, it's clear, it's a gel, it doesn't break you out, and I just apply this over my moisturiser and it really does give your skin a lovely glow, but it's very subtle. It's not like a full-on tan. And then this is kind of the latest innovation from Clarins, and this is their Radiance Plus Golden Glow Booster. And this is genius because it's kind of like a small solution of concentrated tanning ingredients that you apply into your regular night cream or day cream. You could, I suppose, I wouldn't suggest that though. And it comes with a little kind of drop applicator, and you do a couple of drops and it will help to kind of give your skin a little bit of colour. I know that they suggest you to do 3 drops. That didn't work for me. It's very, very subtle. I need at least 5 or 6 to get a little bit of colour, but that's probably because I have got sort of quite a yellowy, olivey skin tone and it just didn't show up that well on me. But these are 2 great ones for aftercare on your face, and I will apply these nightly underneath my on top of my regular routine, as I said. So that's that in terms of kind of prolonging my tan, and then I will repeat the whole process again the following Monday or the following Thursday. Sometimes I'll do it during the day, like on a Friday if I'm at home. Fridays are my day off, and I can kind of like walk around with it in the house. I don't have to sleep in it. Sometimes I'll do that, but that is it. That's my kind of routine to have a flawless tan. And like I said, I'm wearing the cocoa brown tan right now. I applied it last night and I love how it looks. I love the kind of glow that it gives you and the warmth it gives to your skin. I just think it's so much more flattering. I don't mind being a little bit paler during the winter, but in the summer months I absolutely need a good tan. So that is it for this video. I hope you found this helpful. I tried to kind of include everything and make it as comprehensive as possible, but if you've got any questions, let me know, kind of like your FAQs on fake tanning, and also if you want me to do an overview of my favourite fake tans, then let me know as well. And I know some people kind of wanted a demonstration, but obviously that's a little bit difficult to kind of do because I always do it at night and that kind of thing, and I do it in a bathroom, and filming it would be a little bit difficult, but it's kind of pretty self-explanatory anyway. But if you want me to do something like that desperately, then I will think about it. So let me know if you have any requests or anything like that, or any questions. Don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, because that would make me very, very happy, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye.